Hello friends, welcome to Crackit CSE, and in this series of algorithm we have discussed Kruskal's algorithm and time complexity with some previous year grid questions in the previous video. So if you want to check those previous videos, you can go to my playlist and check those previous videos. So as we know that the Kruskal's algorithm is a greedy approach to find the minimum cost spanning tree. In this video we will be discussing another greedy approach, which is Prim's algorithm, and it is also used to find the minimum cost spanning tree. So before starting this video, I would like to request you all, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe my channel and press the notification icon so that you can get an update whenever I am uploading a new video. So now without wasting time, let's start with the Prim's algorithm. So this Prim's algorithm is a greedy approach, and it is used to find out the minimum cost spanning tree, or we can say the minimum spanning tree. So the condition is the graph has to be undirected and weighted. That means there does not need to have some directions, and the graph has to be weighted. That means all the edges should be having a weight associated with it. So unlike Kruskal's algorithm, in Kruskal algorithm we always try to find out the minimum edge. That means first minimum, second minimum, and so on. So in Kruskal we deal with the minimum edges, but here also in Prim's algorithm we are dealing with the minimum edges, but the working criteria is quite different. So here we start with the vertices. So we start with any random vertex, and then we try to find out the adjacent edges, and whatever is the weight of the edges, we try to select the minimum weight edge, and similarly we try to proceed in the next step. We will try to understand this with the help of an example also. So now first let's see what are the steps. So there are 5 steps. First step is that remove all loops if we are having any loops or the parallel edges. So first step is remove all loops. For example, you can see this example here. I am having a loop, so this is to be removed because its starting and end vertex is same. That means it is useless when we try to find out the minimum cost spanning tree, because in minimum cost spanning tree we try to select an edge using which we are able to go from one place to another place, or one vertex to another vertex. That's why this is useless. Now second is remove parallel edge with high cost. So whenever we are having or a parallel edge in the graph, we have to remove the edge who is having the highest weight, because whenever we are having multiple edges, we always try to take the minimum cost edge to find out the minimum spanning tree. So here you can see that from C to E I am having 2 edges. One is having weight as 3 and another is having weight as 10. So out of these two we have to select 3. So we can remove this particular edge from which is from C to E with 10. So this is what I written over here, that remove parallel edge with high cost. So this is having high cost, so we have to remove it. Next thing is choose any arbitrary node as root. So in Prim's algorithm we can choose any arbitrary vertex, while in Kruskal's we are selecting the minimum edge, right? In fourth step we have to check all the outgoing edges. So instead of outgoing edges, we can say that we have to find out the adjacent vertex, and we have to make sure whatever the edge we are following is having a minimum weight, and we have to check continuously for the adjacent edges from the newly selected vertex and the old or previously selected vertex. Now let's try to understand this with help of this example. So this is the graph given, and in this graph we have to find out the minimum cost spanning tree using the Prim's algorithm. So first of all, what we need to do, we have to remove all the loops, and we have to remove parallel edges with high cost. So I have to remove this particular loop and this edge with high cost. So after removing, I got this particular graph. So after removing, I got this graph. Now I have to select any arbitrary vertex. What is the third step? See, what is the third step? Choose any arbitrary node as root. So I am starting with A. I am taking A as root. Now see, so I took A as root. Now I have to find out the adjacent edges from A. So there is a edge from A to B, and there is another edge from A to C with weight as 7 and 9. So now out of these two we always need to select the edge with minimum weight. So In first iteration, I am calling it as first iteration. So in iteration 1, I selected one edge which is 7. So this 7 has been selected. Now we got a new vertex B. That means for second iteration we have to find out the adjacent edges of B also. So what are the adjacent edges? 7, which is already covered here. This is B to C is having 3 width. So B to C with edge width 3, B to D with edge width 6. So now we have to select the minimum edge in both of these. So whatever the minimum edge in A and B adjacent edges, we have to select that. So we need to make sure instead of the newly created node, we are also finding out we are also considering the previous vertex to find out the minimum adjacent edge. So in both of them we are having 3 as minimum. So in second iteration, or we can say in second step, now I will be, so this is same, A to B is same. Now I am selecting B to C. Now I am selecting B to C with edge width as 3. That means this edge also covered. Now I got a new vertex which is C. So I have to find out the adjacent vertex with cost. So from C to B is already covered, A is already covered. So I am going from C to D. And C to A, I can also write C to A because C to A has not been covered. C to E. C to E is another edge. So these are the 3 edges which has not been covered because we have covered 7. We have covered this 3. So we are remaining with C adjacent is 9, 4, 3. So let me write it here. This is 4. C to A is 9 and C to E is 3. Now among all these 3 we have to select the minimum edge weight. So you can see that C to E is the minimum edge weight. So in the third iteration, I will be taking the new edge. This A to B, this is B to C with weight as 3 and 7. Now I am selecting C to E with edge weight as 3. So this has been selected. Now I got a new new vertex E, and I have to find out the adjacent edges for the E. So what are the adjacent edges which had not been covered? So E to D is one edge with weight D, and E to F is another edge with weight as 2. So now I have to select the minimum. You can select any of these. So I am selecting E to D first. So in iteration 4, let me open this. See. So now in iteration 4, I am selecting E to D. So this will be same like A to B as 7, C as 3, C to E as 3. I am selecting E to D. So I am selecting E to D as 2. And now I am having new vertex as D. So I have to find out the adjacent edges of D also. So D to F is one possibility with 5 because this D to 6, D to B, let me write here D to B also with edge 6 because it has been covered and it has been covered. So what are the remaining? I can write D to C also, right, with edge width as 4. Although it has been already covered, but it will not make any issue, right? So I'm having 3 now. So now I have to select the next minimum out of these all adjacent edges. So what is next minimum? We have already selected E to D. Now E to F is the minimum, that is E to F. So I can select E to F with 2. So E to F is selected. Now every time we have to make sure that all vertices has been connected. We got a connectivity with all vertices. So here you can see that A, B, C, D, E, F. And here also you can check that A, B, C, D, E, F. That means all the vertices are connected now. So this is our final minimum spanning tree. This is our final minimum spanning tree. And what is the minimum cost of this minimum spanning tree? So just add all these. That means 7 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. So it will be 10, 13 and 4, 17. So 17 is the edge weight. 17 is the minimum cost edge weight of this spanning tree. So similarly, you can find out the minimum cost spanning tree for any particular graph. And here you might have noticed one important thing, that whenever we are dealing with the Kruskal's algorithm, it may be possible that we are getting the disconnected graph. Let's see how. Let's try to find out the minimum spanning tree using Kruskal's. In Kruskal, what we do? We select first minimum. So I am selecting D to E. Then second minimum, that means E to F. Now I have to select the third minimum. I am selecting B to C. So here you can see that in one of the steps I am having a disconnected component. But this disconnected component is not possible in Prince, because you can see that in all the iterations we are getting a connected component. In Kruskal's, disconnected components are possible, but in Prim's it is not possible. So what kind of question can come from this Prim's perspective? One question will be, they will give you the graph and they will ask what is the minimum cost spanning tree weight. And other question is, they will give you a particular graph and they will give you a sequence as an option, and they will ask which of the following is the correct sequence if we apply the Prim's algorithm in a given graph. So these two kind of questions can come in your exam. So in the next video I will be covering up the time complexity first, and after the time complexity I will be dealing with the some previous year gate questions on Prim's algorithm, right? So if you found this video useful, like this video, share it with your friends, comment your feedback in the comment box so that I can improve myself for you. And in case if you are having any doubt related to this subject or related to any preparation strategy, you can connect with me on my Facebook page or Facebook group. The link is given in the description. You can check the link in the description. Thank you for your support. Keep supporting, keep learning. Have a great day.